Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we're preparing for civil war as Gaius, Mr. Gaius, controlling the Roman faction in blue, prepares to take on Lucius, Cornelius, ACCM-a, controlling the Roman faction in red. Now while the players herd their herdables explore their immediate surroundings, wrinkly adorable elephant butts, always a pleasure to see, and try to go up to feudal as fast as possible. Let's take a look at the Roman civilization we'll be watching today. This is a mixed land-based naval civilization with a few strong unit features that make them potentially very dangerous at the later stages of the game. To start with, all Roman infantry units receive double the effect of blacksmith armor upgrades, so we'll keep an eye out on the top left and the top right of our screens whenever those upgrades are researched. They also have access to the Legionary. This is a tanky, well-armored, unique infantry unit that replaces their two-handed swordsmen and champions and comes with a pretty decent attack bonus against other infantry units. To make their infantry even deadlier, the Romans can turn to their second unique unit, the Centurion. This is a heavy cavalry unit that actually increases both the movement speed and attack speed of militia line units within its 10 or 12 tile radius. Now, to overwhelm their opponents on the field of battle, the Romans can actually upgrade their entire militia line, their entire knight line, and their centurions to train 50% faster and come with a pretty decent +5 charge attack, similar to the Burgundian Coustelier and the Urumi swordsman. Although unlike the Urumi swordsman, that charge attack does not do any kind of trample damage. To back up their army, the Romans have access. Oh, villager takes damage. They have access to one of the deadliest scorpions in the game. Not only do these siege units cost a lot less gold, but their minimum range has been lowered from 2 to 1. They can be upgraded to fire faster, and they're the only scorpions in the game that get ballistics, which means they will track you down and they will pierce you with their, let's call it, projectile. Now, to help a player reach the later stages of the game so they can take advantage of all these various fun, amazing Roman features, their villagers gather resources and build and repair structures 5% faster than generic villagers. So that is the Roman civilization, and I am happy to report that as of the recording of this game, the Romans are now in ranked ladder, which means we are going to go get to see a lot of them, and we are going to finally see just how good the SPQR, the Pax Romana, fares against all the other civilizations, all the other 42 battle-hardened civilizations of Age of Empires. Lots and lots of chatter on this, lots and lots of discussion, of course, online. You guys know I love my social media, my Reddit, my Twitter, sometimes even my Instagram when I'm in the mood for adorable puppy pictures. And, you know, people celebrating birthdays with their animals and stuff like that. But there is a lot of talk on social media. Half the community hates the Romans, half the community loves the Romans. Like with everything in Age of Empires, it, of course, all depends. And I don't think there really is a right answer. And my favorite lemon bushes are here with their pretty blue butterfly. There they are. Once you click on it, they do all come out to play. It is ACCM who is discovering his opponent's base at the moment. Mr. Yo, pushing zebras, has not even begun to move out onto the map, although now he does. A little bit late to the party. Let's take a look at where their resources are located. A nice bow tie shape to the, let's call it the center position for Mr. Yo. Primary W-shaped stone in the back. Entire forward area of his base completely open. North completely open. South also pretty much completely open. This is a very open map for Mr. Yo. Closest wood line is unfortunately for him in the forward position, which might expose it to archer fire. A few more forests, but look at how far away these forests are. I think this is one of the changes, if I'm not mistaken, of the June update, that forests are going to be further away and lakes that form part of wall-offs, something about the lakes. I don't remember exactly what at the moment. In any event, like ships passing in the night, both of these players are sending out militias. Let's see what kind of damage they can do. Monsieur finally does discover his opponent's base, but while we wait for the militia to do any kind of damage, which we'll be waiting a long time, you guys know my opinion about that. ACCM, his primary goal, nice and secure in the back position. His primary stone, very exposed in the forward position. His closest forest is nice and in the back, so advantage there for him. But like Mr. Yo, completely open. And I also feel like his forests are closer, right? This does kind of seem like this distance is definitely a close. Maybe not. Maybe not. In any event, villagers shooing away militia. Scouts running away as well. He even pulls off two while they are busy building archery range. Very disrespectful play here by Mr. Yo, saying, I'm not scared of your militia, but a town center might get one. There it goes. One dead militiaman lies in the sands, and first kill, first blood here goes to ACCM, who shoos away the rest of Mr. Yo's force, while at the back of Mr. Yo's base, the exact same thing is happening. So both players, I shouldn't say, are in feudal. I should have waited 15 seconds before I said that. Wrong statement. It is Mr. Yo who hits feudal first off the back of one less villager. And he now has an archer and a spearman, the perfect counter. The spear counters the horse. The bow counters the club. And so nothing more ACCM can accomplish here in the same time, though. Mr. Yo refusing to run away. Why did ACCM delete that? Does he want to trap these units inside? Is he luring these units into here? Let's see. Mr. Yo, will he fall for this trap? No, he does not. Looks like ACCM deleted actually all of the palisades. Perhaps a mistake, perhaps not. Has to run away here. What's the movement speed comparison? We've got 0.9 to 0.96, meaning as long as these guys keep moving, they will get caught by this archer, and their HP will get tickled away at. Depends on the pathing, but here we go. Mr. Yo caught out a little bit out of position for a split second until he brings that spearman back. ACCM probably just not looking at that part of the map. Militia to the south, two militias, they are OG militias, continue to circle the base. Let's take a look at what the players are building while we wait for them to indicate which direction they're going to go. Will it be infantry? Will it be scorpions? Will it be centurions? Will it be something completely different? Archery range and blacksmith are up for Mr. Yo. He's got his requisite structures. What he doesn't have is any kind of resources whatsoever, because he is streaming units across the map. Villager building a house probably for a wall off. ACCM, for his part, looks like he's only got one feudal age structure, and that is a blacksmith. So he is going committing. He is going to commit to the infantry play, which means I hope we get to see a castle and a centurion, because again, they are a very exciting unit, in my opinion. Oh, well, Mr. Yo, you lose a villager? Mr. Yo loses a villager. ACCM ties up the kill count. Oh, at the same time, though, Mr. Yo gets a villager of his own. 2 villager kills to 1 for Mr. Yo. I was about to say the Centurion is a unit that I am incredibly excited for. First of all, the base model comes with a 10 radius, the elite with a 12 radius, and any militia line units inside of that move 10 to 15% faster and attack 25 to 33% faster, depending whether it's elite or whether it's a base model. So I hope we get to see that. That being said, I hope we get to see Ballista play. I am just very excited and very impatient. And so I want to see everything. We saw 2 days ago the Viper handling this new civilization, sending out, I'm not going to spoil it, but it was a very fun game. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Oh, look at that. ACCM tried to catch these archers chasing the forward men-at-arms, hoping that Mr. Yo wasn't paying attention so that he could attack them with the backwards men-at-arms, or rather the rear man-at-arms. But no, Mr. Yo paying attention while at the same time running away here. But again, movement speed advantage to these units on the left. The units on the right are going to have a tough time catching up. Or maybe the Mr. Yo doesn't even care. He's got 3 archers here. Put them on the high ground. Oh, yeah, unnecessary loss for Mr. Yo. But at the same time, looks like... Oh, okay. Finally gets rid of the second militia man-at-arms. Where's the first? I am missing a decomposing dead body, unless he escaped with it. I don't think he escaped with it. Lion. Very Roman to involve lions. Just build a Colosseum around there and charge admission. Although, was there admission charge at the Colosseum? I'm not too sure. Or was it a free event for the public, the bread and the circuses? The Romans knew how to distract their population. We'll see if any of that has rubbed off on these two players at the same time here. the scout still alive from the beginning of the game, getting a good amount of scouting done for Mr. Yo, who at the beginning of the game was falling behind on scouting. ACCM has scouted basically the entire path forward, runs into another lion. High ground? No high ground for you. And he is moving forward 5 men-at-arms to 7 archers. So Mr. Yo going for more of a basic non-Roman, I would say generic build, whereas ACCM is really embracing the spirit of the new civilization, continuing to pump out men-at-arms. At a time when you're trying to go up to Castle Age, pumping out men-at-arms is eating up a good amount of your food. Oh, ACCM not paying attention, enters the town center fire zone and does exactly to Mr. Yo what he did to Mr. Yo's units over here. But yeah, anytime you go scout cavalry, anytime you go militia line units, they are not easy on the food count. Although take a look at ACCM with 22 villagers on food. Does he care? He had 900 food there for a second, is heading up to castle a little bit ahead of his opponent. Mr. Yo still needs a little bit of gold. Is shooing away these units, but remember, take a look at the top right of your screen. Scale mail armor has been researched. Oh, he's trying to Viper wall him out. Fantastic. Oh my god, fantastic micro by Mr. Yo. Holy moly. That was absolutely epic. That was bonkers level fast. That was ridiculous. At the same time, these archers are doing what archers do, but a tower here. Ooh. Okay, should be able to defend these guys unless they park themselves right here and start tickling away at the HP of these villagers, but I don't think they can reach. They do have +1, but anyway, as I was saying, take a look at the top right of your screen. Scale mail armor has been researched, which generally adds a +1 melee and +1 pierce armor to your infantry. Take a look at the Romans, +2/+2. And in 48 seconds, he's going to research the next armor upgrade, and then these men-at-arms are going to be at a +4/+4 in Castle Age. What unit in this game can compete with a +4/+4 armor? What other unit has that kind of armor available to it in Castle Age? That is where the Romans are going to shine, in my opinion, at least if they go militia. But they catch up. Let's take a look. No, he's choosing to upgrade them to longswordsmen first. While they continue to stream, they are everywhere. Look at, with one broken, almost dead unit, he has pulled 5, more than half of Mr. Yo's army supply out of position, which means his swordsmen here are free. In 3, 2, 1, boom, there they go. Let's take a look at their stats now. Are free to run amok in the south of Mr. Yo's base. Fantastic move out of ACCM, who now streams in with even more. 7 of them. There it is. Chainmail armor. And in 37 seconds, we'll click on one of these guys and take a look at their armor improve. Mr. Yo, again, playing a more of a standard game. Knights, archers, a castle. Very interesting choice. Centurion. Okay, keep in mind, it is... Oh, catches a few archers there. The Centurion is a pretty good unit on its own right. So here, let's take a look now that the armor upgrade has been researched. Look at that, +4/+4. How do these archers compete with that? They attack on a 5. This unit has 5 HP, 5 pierce armor. And because there's no bonus, oh my goodness. He comes out, he gets surrounded, and he will... Oh, he survives. Each one of these archers basically does 1 damage to this unit because you can't deal 0 damage unless there's bonuses involved. And there ain't no bonuses with archers versus swordsmen. Bit of a gap in the front here, but he's going to discover the castle. Not that he needed to discover it and seeing that Centurion out. But look at this guy just strolling in, taking castle fire for what, 15 tiles? Amazing. Oh, be careful with this Centurion, but take a look at the stats on the Centurion. 13 base attack, 2 and 3 base armor. Like I said, this is a fantastic unit in its own right. I'm happy to see them out on the field of battle with these archers. Should be able to catch these men-at-arms and absolutely dispense with them. Although they do get the high ground here. Fresh Centurion, 2 fresh Centurions. How many does he have? 4 going up to 5. Okay, while they continue their chase, or maybe after they demolish these guys, we'll take a look at the players' bases, see exactly where they're going. Look at ACCM. Says, I'm going to take away your numerical advantage, but then goes a little bit too far and gets surrounded. So let's take a look. We saw the castle for Mr. Yo, second town center. Interesting placement. Why not here to get the gold? And more interesting placement to get the stone. He's got 400 stone. I think these 3 were stone miners before. If I'm not mistaken, that big old ice cube looking structure is there. Oh, it's so sour. He's got 25 stone. He's holding on to that while building the town center. So an interesting choice for town centers for Mr. Yo, opting for a forward location underneath a bunch of hills. Oh, Scout pokes in. Scout dies and pays the price, but he got some vision. I think he must have seen these 2 monks returning these relics. But as I was saying, he's going for lumber here or some kind of strategic position. I can't see the strategic position of this. It's underneath 3 hills, maybe on the other side of the forest here, so at least you block off this area of attack. But in any event, that is where he built it, and we'll see what he does with it. ACCM builds his a little bit closer to the gold. And to the south, also a 3rd town center closer to the stone, the wood, and lots of room for farms. And in they come. Blue cloaks waving in the wind. And they are attacking houses and a barracks. Army supply 16 to 6. And here we go. Movement speed 1.49. So suffering from the same weakness as all similar cavalry, i.e. the monk. The monk and pike gets a convert. But will he lose the monk for it? He does. Town center is not exactly a deterrent against these guys with their 3 base pierce armor. And now Mr. Yo says, I've had enough. Leave me the F alone. Stop trying to raid me with your infantry units. It is my turn to do some damage, and he is moving forward with a centurion and a knight, a zebra and an ostrich. Another centurion kind of stops halfway. Not too sure where these waypoints are set. Healing up these archers is I mean, why the hell not? The monk's not really doing much anyway. Not at the moment. But can't really see these archers being playing any kind of pivotal role at the moment beyond maybe dislodging a few villagers from the wood line. Another town center for our Red Roman. Red Roman. Okay, now he's going to heal up these guys. Probably damaged from that initial attack here when he was fighting off the infantry of ACCM. But look at ACCM. Has evened up the army supply and has taken a 10 villager lead. Mr. Yo's upgrades, not that great. +1 armor for his cavalry and +1 attack for his archers, although they are all going to die. But you know what? I said they weren't going to accomplish much, but managing to get an archer is not bad. That's 100 gold ACCM is not going to see again. That's 100 gold that has been flushed down the toilet. Very aggressive forward siege workshop going to come under immediate attack. No. Oh, never mind. Even better location for ACCM, but he's housed at 100 supply. Doesn't matter. He's 20 supply ahead of his opponent. 18 army supply to 8. Mr. Yo losing those archers, which made up a good chunk of his army. And now he's got these centurions, but they're at half HP. And he's targeting the healthiest one with a monk. Get your butts inside the town center. Pikemen making sure that no units out of the siege workshop see the light of day. These centurions, man, with 4 pierce armor at the moment. It could have 5. 5 pierce armor on this castle age unit. Man, you know, I always like to introduce... Oh, they're getting so much damage done too. I like to introduce the Byzantines as a civ that can take a punch to the face. I like to introduce the Romans with their extra barracks and stables melee armor with the ironclad upgrade for their siege as civs that take a punch to the face. Man, can the centurions, can the Roman infantry with their +4/+4 take a what do we want to say, a spitball to the face? Not exactly a punch with a base of 2, But town center fire, castle fire, archer fire, how does any of that stop these guys? Especially if he goes to the up for the next upgrade and they become super tanky with 5 pierce armor. But he's not going to pay attention here. He is going to lose this Centurion to a convert. And with that, let's see what he does with it. Why is it moving so slow? I finally discovered what the actual expression is. Slow as molasses in January. I guess that's when it freezes and starts moving super duper slowly. Can't see this scout surviving much longer. 30 army supply to 5, 98 villagers to 86 ACCM. You've got such an advantage here. 5 monks against 3 centurions. Your opponent is heading up to Imperial. Sure. Ballistics? I mean, he's got a castle. He's got no ranged units. Are we gonna... He's got siege workshops. Did Christmas come early? Are we going to see Mr. Yo work with scorpions with ballistics? You know who I would have loved to see play the Romans? What just popped into my mind, thinking of Mr. Yo and the Viper and possibly ACCM all working with ballistics enhanced scorpions. Imagine Huang with those. Although Huang, I guess, was more of a mangonel kind of guy, right? But I think Siege overall would have loved to see. I wonder why he stopped playing. Rumors are swirling. No one really knows. People suspect monks trying to convert, but look at ACCM's army, 31 supply to 8. Monsieur's catching up in villagers. He's only down now 32 army supply. But first 2 Imperial Trebs are coming out. 2 Scorpions. Remember, with ballistics. And spoiler alert to anyone who hasn't watched the game Viper versus Hera. Hera playing as the Malians, the Viper playing as the Romans on, what was it? Shady Pond? Shady Lake? Something like that? I forget the names of these maps. Which I probably shouldn't as a caster, you know? But spoiler alert, if you've stuck around this long, you deserve to know what happened. The Viper just kept sending out small clumps of scorpions here and there. Oh, they're going to get wrecked by these pike, but man, do they put up a fight. The Viper kept sending out small clumps of scorpions and getting them wrecked. The ballistas, here we go. These guys are going to fire 33% faster. Take a look at that. 2.5. No. 2.7, sorry, attack speed. And so the Viper just couldn't get a critical mass of ballistas up, whereas Mr. Yo's got 5. He's going up to 8, and his opponent's going infantry. I mean, ACCM, you've got the gold. Okay, I was going to say, why aren't you building infantry units? Why are you relying on pike? The faster attack and movement speeds created by the Centurions do not affect pikemen, halberdiers. They only affect militia line units. Look at Mr. Yo securing the northern extension, the southern extension. He is looking like a player who wants to put on center aggression here. He does not want to be bothered by any kind of run by, although instead of a castle, I guess that secures the gold. I was going to say maybe instead of a castle, just okay, complete the wall up, but don't forget about this. Do not forget about this. This is a sneaky little annoying thing that many players forget about when there are lakes on Arabia, which is why I remember being happy reading the change that the developers made in the latest patch. It was something related to lakes and Arabia, and I remember being happy. That's all I'm going to say. Oh my god, 2 more. 10. Here we go. He's got the critical mass. Let's see them track these units, and let's see the HP. I'm going to highlight Red's army. Well, I'm going to highlight it when it engages. Monks moving forward. Oh my god, the ballistas kill them, but where are these light cav going? Converts? Where are those light cav going? They are fighting legionaries. We've got legionaries on the field, but here we go. Let's look at their HP. Look at the ballistas tracking their movement. Oh my god, any other ballista would have missed all of these units. All right, let's say a huge majority of these units. But the legionaries have closed their ranks. Any attack bonus against siege? Or is it just infantry? Oh, this one dies. Come on, don't all die before I get a chance. Oh no, they're all dying. Okay, let's click a fresh one. Building camel, cavalry, cannoneer, eagle, of course, eagle, infantry, and melee. So no, well, melee is the attack. No bonus against these siege units. And the ballistas are winning the day here. Mr. Yo still down about half army supply. But ACCM is going to lose this if he keeps streaming these units. He doesn't have that much food. And wow. 12 ballistas. Scorpions. This is how you do it. You have to separate them. You have to deke and dodge. Otherwise, oh my god. Roman ballistas. Oh, is that a surprise to anyone? Oh my god. ACCM with, what was it for a second, like 5 times the army supply of his opponent? A villager lead the entire time we were looking. Just doesn't get up to Imperial fast enough. And look at this beautiful, amazing settlement he's got. 10 barracks. 10 barracks. He's got enough food to build not 10 legionaries, I'll tell you that. But Mr. Yo with the quicker Imperial pumps out 4 trebs, which means that now ACCM is in trouble. He's got 1 treb left, which is that is under attack and about to die. And what can you say here but that Mr. Yo has just gotten up to the next age quicker? And unfortunately for ACCM, the next stage is Imperial, where these guys come out. These are now heavy Scorpions. Remember, they come with 5 extra HP now, which makes them even tankier. Let's see what kind of difference that would make. So these guys attack on a 14. These have no melee armor of any kind. So if these guys attack on a 14 with 50, no, it wouldn't make a difference. No, it doesn't make a difference, actually. 14, 28, 42, 56. No, it doesn't make a difference. So still 4 attacks to kill one of these, right? If it had 50 HP, this guy attacks 14, 28, yeah, 42. And then the 4th one would kill him. Wow. There we go. The Roman Civil War. Gaius, Mr. Yoas, controlling the faction in blue, takes it. Let's take a look at the stats. 108 kills, 48 kills. 14 villager kills to 8. So Mr. Yo just being so much more efficient with his army. 21 ballistas. Why do I keep saying ballistas? 21 scorpions against 68 militia line units, which at the end of the game were legionaries. PKPM. PKPM in the beginning of the game. PKPM really in the beginning of the game for ACCM. I can't see the economies being that much different, even though ACCM had a huge villager lead for a while. Mr. Yo, a lot more wood, obviously, for those scorpions. Gold, food count, pretty identical. Gold count, pretty identical. Stone count, not even enough difference here for a single castle. Relic gold, playing a tiny bit of a role, but not really. The gold is basically the same. Army high. Yeah, this is crazy. 50 army high to 22. But when that 22 is all scorpion versus your slow-moving... Look at this. They move at a 0.99, whereas these guys, remember, he got the ballistas upgrade, which means they fire 33% faster. Yikes. 2.7 attack speed. And while ACCM manages to get himself a nice looking settlement with no fewer than 10 barracks, he's just a little too late to Imperial. And how many villagers did he have at the end of the game on food? 43. Why did he have 35 villagers on wood? He should have taken 10 of those, 15 of those, and just built farms. Obviously not all at once, but I think maybe 35 villagers on wood, a little bit of overkill. And wow, what a super fun game. We got to see legionaries. Oh, unfortunately, another thing to point out is that ACCM just didn't get any centurions. So this movement speed would have gone up by... I think for a base centurion, 10%, and then their attack speed goes up 25%. So not a single centurion anywhere on the map, and even though the legionaries are streaming out, you see little clouds of dust telling us that this guy was on move command. ACCM losing his last major damage dealer, Mr. Yo, going full on Scorpion. And holy moly, do the Roman Scorpions carry the day. I mean, albeit they're carrying the day against against brother Romans, a little bit of fratricide happening here. But ultimately, Mr. Yo, quicker to Imperial, quicker to Trebs, quicker to the pass-through damage Scorpions that are, what do we want to say, the best Scorpions in the game at this point? I mean, the Mongols move quicker, the Celts fire faster and have, I don't know if they actually fire faster anymore, actually. Right? I don't think they fire faster than this. I think they fire 25% faster. These guys fire 33% faster, but the Celtic ones with Furor Celtica do come with more HP. Are these the best Scorpions in the game at the moment? I mean, ballistics changes everything. It absolutely changes everything. And so using this amazing feature, Mr. Yo wins the Civil War. The blue Roman faction is victorious. We will see if he shows mercy to Lucius, Cornelius, ACCM-a, or whether he what's the word I'm looking for? Whether he conducts Roman justice on him. And as if you know anything about Roman justice, it is not pretty at all. So Mr. Yo returning to Rome for his triumph takes the big W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.